back to the channel on Pro Enzo Vids, and this is my thoughts on the trade deal that just occurred today, and it got officially confirmed after months of speculation about it happening beforehand until it got confirmed today. And that is the news of both a trade deal happening between both the Panthers and the Tigers, with Charlie Staines, who's obviously now a former Panthers player, is now off to the Tigers on a one-year deal, and Tyrone Peachey, who obviously did play at the Panthers for a very long time, for a couple of years, will now make the return to the Panthers in 2023 on a one-year deal as well. So, very interesting. I will say that, you know, with one-year deals and stuff like that, I think many people are assuming it's a loan deal because of the one-year sort of stuff, but I can confirm it's not. It's an official confirmed sort of thing where both players will be staying at their clubs and not returning for the year after, etc. So, yeah, but look, I think in general it's a good signing. I think it's a good signing, good sort of deal for both clubs. You know, obviously Staines is a talented player that, you know, obviously still young, still has a lot to improve on, but is a great player on his day, I believe. And in that grand final where he, you know, had to come in for Taylor May in the grand final where they won against Para, obviously, he did a good job. I thought scoring a try there as well. Got potential, definitely. And as for Tyrone Peachey, well, look, he didn't have the best year at the Tigers, and obviously he has hasn't been at his best the last couple of years, I will say. But I think going back to the Panthers, I think that's going to be good for him because he obviously started off at that club, and obviously I think that's good for him returning to a club where he's very familiar with. So yeah, look, I really do like the pickup for both sides. So but before I do get into the whole video any further and give my sort of opinion on everything, so if you're new to the channel, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. You know, the growth of my channel has been amazing recently. You know, at 2,500 subscribers, you know, to get to that mark is pretty amazing. And as we speak, it's actually 2,560 subscribers on that. But to gain about 200 subscribers the last week or so, it's pretty insane. So, yeah, thanks to all the new support out there. It really means a lot. And I would highly recommend subscribing if you're a new viewer watching right now. But to get into the full video now, so I will start with Charlie Staines going to the Tigers. So I'll kick off with him going to the Tigers. So, look, Charlie Staines for me, like I said, obviously a young player, still a lot to improve on. Obviously, he has had some off games before, some games where he hasn't been the best, but he is a decent player. I think he's a decent player. Sorry, just getting some things there. But no, look, he's a decent player. Definitely does a job for the Panthers. And you know, it's unfortunate he's getting far out. Oh, I really do apologize there. Sorry about that. Just people just sending me stuff and they just cannot handle it sometimes. But no, sorry, back to the topic of Charlie Staines. Charlie Staines, yeah, look, a tough year for him. Obviously getting outplayed by a couple of youngsters like Tago and May, and, you know, I guess Toto and Cron getting better and better by time. And that's where I think it's a bit tough for Staines, obviously, because Staines is a great player. He burst into the scene in 2020, and many people thought that he'll be the future going forward. People even said he was the future fullback going forward because of Dylan Edwards at the time wasn't, I guess, he hitting the straps or being the player he was today. But I guess that's never going to happen, obviously. But, you know, he definitely needed another opportunity, it felt like. It felt like that he needed another go somewhere else, and he needed another opportunity. So whether Tigers is the right club to go to, that remains to be seen, because Tigers have a lot of issues themselves. But, you know, I guess he's going there for a better chance at first grade, a bit more consistent first grade time. And in my opinion, he's definitely a first grader. I don't think he's a backup player or a reserve grader, because he's proven before he's done a good job in terms of playing regular first grade and doing a good job of that in general. And yeah, I think it works both ways. I think him going to the Tigers will benefit his game. I do remember a couple of years ago, actually, maybe it was the season debut in 2020, that the Tigers were interested in signing him. And yeah, look, 2 years later, they've signed him, and there you go, and it's ended up being a trade deal. So whether he does play at wing or fullback, Charlie Staines remains to be the question. But I do think that with Dayan Laurie only, I guess, staying there for another season, or re-signing for another season, I believe, it does add to the fact that maybe, you know, he could be moved on, and maybe Staines will be given another go at fullback, like that's his preferred position anyway. So we'll see what happens there, but interesting stuff there. And as for the Tyrone Peachey situation, him going back to the Panthers for the first time since 2018. So Peachey, yeah, I met him this year. I met him at the Cowboys for the Sharks finals game, week 1, and very nice bloke. And yeah, I remember him talking to a couple of other fans about his future, saying that he has no idea where he's going yet. But look, a couple of months later, he's at the Panthers, going back there, and yeah, look, he's obviously a great player. He's had a great career, in my opinion, apart from maybe the Titans stint and the Tigers stint. But at the Panthers, I feel like that's where he's probably plays best footy. So it makes sense for him to go back there and sort of try and relive or try and refine that sort of footy again that we know he can play. He's a very good X-factor type player, in my opinion. Definitely can pull something out of the box out of nowhere. He's like one of those players where you expect the unexpected, and I think that's the beauty of Tyrone Peachey, in my opinion. That while he's getting a bit old now and has lost a bit of X factor, I understand, and has lost a bit of that, excitement sort of, game he does carry into each game he does play. He still does have that experience and that sort of talent, in my opinion, to do something special. But I just feel like the Tigers haven't treated him right. I mean, Tigers did sign him last year for coming to this year, and many people were saying, oh, it's a great signing, a fantastic signing, but I had that gut feeling that he wouldn't have been the best signing for them, only because Tigers' recent history of making signings such as Tyrone Peachey have struggled a little bit recently, haven't been the best. So that there could be the same said for Charlie Staines too, as he struggled to find a place in that Panthers team. But look, hopefully that's not the same case with him. But with Peachey, I think going back to Panthers is a smart move. I think he will do well there. Don't know if he'll find a spot in the team. I feel like he might be a depth player potentially, playing reserve grade, but coming when there's injuries or suspensions. But I do have a feeling that he might play on the bench. Maybe a Jersey 14 role he might play as, or somewhere on the bench. I'm not sure, but I think he will get some game time and some fair game time there at Panthers as well. But everyone, that's my thoughts on the trade deal between both Charlie Staines going from the Panthers to the Tigers and Tyrone Peachey going from the Tigers back to the Panthers for the first time in 4 years. So, everyone, thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your thoughts on the trade deal. Do you like it, or do you don't have the same feelings I do where I do like it? Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next one.